Good evening. Good evening, Organo. This is Rebecca Wollman calling in from the beautiful state of Wisconsin this evening. Welcome. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope you have your favorite OG beverage in hand. I'm sitting here with my OGX, ready to share an incredible opportunity with everyone. I will start out this evening, and I would love to share our story about how my family got started with Organo 6.5 years ago now. I can't believe it's been that long. But 6.5 years ago, we got invited to listen to a phone call. We didn't have Zoom back then, and so I got invited to listen to the call. I know some of you are just calling in this evening, and some of you are on Facebook Live and Zoom, and there's so many upgrades with technology. But 6.5 years ago, I was invited to listen to this information on a phone call. And this lady had been sharing about Organo with our family for about 3 or 4 months. And we had kept telling her no. My husband and I were not coffee drinkers at the time, and we weren't looking for a new coffee or a healthy coffee. But she called us up and she said, will you at least listen to a phone call? And I thought in the back of my mind, you know, if I can just get you off of my back, I'll do anything. So I got on this phone call and I heard the information of Organo. I heard about the health components of what our products have in store and what all of our products are infused with. And I heard the business opportunity. I heard that if I switch my family from their coffee to my coffee, I can make $500 a month. And I thought to myself, okay, I've got 6 brothers, 2 sisters, a mom and dad, and every single one of them was drinking coffee at the time. I was the only one that wasn't. And I thought, okay, if I can just switch them from their coffee to my coffee, I can make $500. And I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. I say stay-at-home mom lightly because I was actually also working construction, painting and cleaning new construction homes. My husband owned his own construction contracting business. And I listened to the information and I heard the lady on the other line share how a single cup of coffee helped her just feel a sense of well-being, and how a single cup of coffee changed the way she looked at life. And I thought, okay. And then she came to the business part and she said that I could make 10, 15, or 20% off of people drinking coffee. And I'm like, okay, this is an oxymoron. This is business. I can do that. And got started that day. I called my husband up and I said, babe, I need $1,300 and I need it now. And he was kind of like, what? But anyway, long story short, we started that day at the Gold Pack, not knowing that we were actually going to receive a big box of product in the mail. It showed up about a week and a half at that time when we first started. It showed up about a week and a half later. And this big box of coffee showed up on our front step, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do with this? What happened was we started giving it to our friends. We started giving it to family members, and they started sharing stories with us. All of a sudden, they were sleeping better. They were having more energy or whatever it was, more focused at work. And we're like, okay. We started consuming the product ourselves. I now drink a mocha latte every single morning. I'm the coffee addict that has to get up in the morning and have their cup of coffee. Thanks to Organo, it's a healthy one. But what happened was we started experiencing what this product was. And here we are 6.5 years later, incredibly grateful for the Organo opportunity. And I say it with all humbleness this evening. I thank them for the opportunity to come and share our story with you, because hopefully there is somebody on the line tonight that will hear it. Whether you're looking for the health, whether you're looking to make $500 a month or $1,500 a month, decide what you're already doing. Hopefully one person on the line this evening will hear our story and say, I can do that too. She can do it, I can do it. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but you know, even the hammer needs to be used once in a while, right? But Organo has been an incredible asset to our life. been not just about the product, but about the leadership, the people that we have gotten to meet. The Nielsen family out of Colorado, Mr. Rod Smith, have all played a part of it. My question to every single one on the line tonight, the guests, are you open to try a healthier cup of gourmet coffee, an energy drink, detox, a protein shake, something that helps you feel better, sleep better, have more energy? Are you open to try something that could make a difference in your life? I want to talk a little bit about the health compartment of Organo. I love this slide. Health starts on a cellular level. And I love this slide because I have a 4-year-old son, and he's actually probably the pickiest eater that I have ever encountered in my whole life. The slide on the right, it's to my left here, all the beige food, we call it the beige food. If it was his choice, he would live on fries, grilled cheese, bagels, all the carbs, all the gross, too much carbs, no nutrition. But what happened was when the shakes got introduced to Organo started out as a healthy coffee company. Organo started out with coffee products, with teas and hot chocolates, but they added shakes. They added the vanilla and chocolate protein shake. And when I came home from the event with them, we gave a cup of it. We mixed one up, gave it to our 3-year-old son at the time, and he looked at it, he tasted it, he's like, this is good. This tastes like ice cream, Mom. And what happened was every single day, this child gets up, he'll ask for his hot chocolate early in the morning. As soon as that's done, he asks for his shake. He prefers the vanilla shake with a scoop of greens in there that has 17 servings of fruits and vegetables. I think Mama makes the right choice when she gives him a shake versus beige food every day. So this is why I absolutely love this slide, because the question is, what are we feeding our bodies? How many times are we stopping at a fast food when it's quicker to mix up a shake and just run and drink a quick shake that's filled with antioxidants and nutrients? This is also one of my favorite slides. I say that with all of them because Organo is my passion. Organo is what I do. And I know when I get excited, I tend to speak super fast. I'm hoping that I'm not going too fast. But this slide right here, just look at the color of that herb. It just makes me want just like a whole bunch of it. But it's organically grown, Ganoderma Lucidum, more than 2,000 years of history. We have testimony after testimony of people that are feeling better because they were able to take one of our products and consume one of our products. I have a 10-year-old daughter. When she was very little, she had skin issues, and we started just giving her the hot chocolate and bathing her in tea bags. At that time, we didn't have the soap yet, and her skin right now is clearer than any skin that I know of, and she takes 0 medication. So the testimonies just in our own household make us filled with gratitude of what this company has done and the product that they have brought to share, for us to share out and go make a difference in people's lives. I actually met, one of my customers this morning. I dropped off a bag of shakes for him, and I usually sell them for around $70 a bag. And he hands me $80, and he's like, "Oh, that's close enough, just keep it." And I thought to myself, the value right there, because not only is he a faithful customer, he drinks the chocolate shakes mixed in his hot coffee. By the way, nobody's tried it, you should try that. But he also is a volunteer firefighter, so guess what? He talks at the fire station. Have gotten multiple customers out of him just sharing his story and what this product has done for him. And I had a lady that started just this past week. She bought a breakfast kit and is excited to start it, and is excited for her weight loss journey because she's seen all the progress and all the pictures and the testimonies that have been shared. This slide right here, again, is Ganoderma as nature intended versus plastic bag grown. I have some friends that tell me, "Oh, I can get this Ganoderma cheaper here and there." I'm like, "You go ahead and try it. Go ahead, just buy it." most of them, as a matter of fact, I think 99.9% of them will come back and tell me, oh, I can't feel a difference. I need my king of coffee back, or I need my mocha or my latte. I'm like, yeah, I could have told you that, but sometimes people have to experience that on themselves. And we are proud to have patent protected, organically grown Ganoderma. The products that people love, I've touched on some of them already, but love this slide right here because of the simplicity of organo. You know, we have a black, we have a latte, we have a mocha, which is my favorite. It's like a guilt-free candy bar in a cup. Hot chocolate. My little boy gets up every morning and he comes to bed and he goes, Mama, it's time to get up. It's time to drink hot chocolate and a coffee. And I'm like, yes, okay, I'm getting up. But this child gets it. He's like, he hears advertisements on the radio of people saying, oh, what's your favorite coffee? Do you like espressos? Do you like this? Do you like that? And he just yells in the back seat, I love organo. I'm like, wow, if a 4-year-old can get that it's just coffee, how much easier is it for us to go out and share these products with people? OG Smile, got to give a shout out to that. All 3 of my kiddos have had dentist appointments recently, and we have 0 cavities in the house. Proud mama here. Love our toothpaste. Love our energy drinks. That's what's in my cup this evening. I'm not sure how good I'm going to sleep, but that's okay. I sleep very well because of my psyllium. The DX, my husband's absolute favorite drink. He has 3 or 4 of those every single day. Of course, I've talked about our protein shakes, vanilla and chocolate. All of these products are absolutely amazing. So let's talk about coffee for just a second. You know, Organo started out as a coffee company. When we started 6.5 years ago, we actually had coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. That's all that our products was. And we built an incredible business out of that. So I'm not saying that lightly. I'm just saying that we've grown over the past years. We've got our 10th year anniversary this year. And it's been absolutely amazing 10 years. I can't wait for the next 10. But coffee is not a luxury. It's a part of daily life. I have people in my life that in the morning, you don't talk to them unless they've had 2 or 3 cups of coffee. It's like 0 conversation. They have the coffee mug that says almost, nope, not quite, almost. And then it's like, okay, I'm ready to talk, you know, once their 3rd cup of coffee is down. And that's how a lot of the population actually is. I pay attention. If you pay attention to the coffee shops around your town, pay attention to how many people stand in lines for a cup of coffee. It says over here that 80% of the people over the age of 18 or older consume coffee. Yeah, 14, 15, 16-year-olds are at the coffee shops, and it just shows that coffee doesn't see age. If you're 4, you get it. And people always ask, so how long do you tend to drink coffee? Well, till I die, and I'm hoping it's going to be heaven when I get there, right? It's one of the most consumed beverages in the world. The largest traded commodity after oil. 1.6 billion cups of coffee are consumed every single day, and people are paying $4 a cup. When I first read that 6.5 years ago, when I saw this on a presentation, I'm like, who would pay $4 a cup of coffee? Not realizing that I had gone to a coffee shop before and would get a caramel, what was it? What I got? I don't even know. It was a white chocolate mocha with a shot of caramel, and we paid $5.25. And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I never even thought about paying $5.25 for a cup of coffee. Here, I can make it at home for less than $2. I'm like, okay, any day, anytime. And that's what we get to share with people every single day is a great tasting cup of coffee. And I didn't mean to slide so fast. The timing of the coffee opportunity is not now, but as Mr. Shane Moraine would say, it's right now. Starbucks has made it socially acceptable for us to pay $5 for a cup of coffee. Guess what? Organo's coffee doesn't cost us $5 a cup. And it tastes absolutely incredible, makes you feel better. But if you just pay attention to these industries right here, these industries are spending millions of dollars to redo their branding. Dunkin' Donuts, they changed their logo from a donut to a cup of coffee. And I always say, and I ask the question when I introduce this business, I'm like, why would a donut company change their logo from a donut to a cup of coffee? Well, because the profits are in the coffee, right? Not the donuts. Nestle, the chocolatier, now has Nescafe, Subway, Burger King, but we get to offer millions of coffee drinkers a better coffee and earn money every single time they drink it. And we get to feel good because they're feeling good, right? Health and wellness. Let's talk about health and wellness for a little bit. I already have touched on it, but this slide hits close to home. 40% of the world's population is overweight or obese. My husband, when he started consuming the protein shakes, he has actually lost almost 40 pounds since he started consuming them, and is still consuming them and is gaining back muscle mass, which is absolutely amazing. I myself have lost 20 pounds after having 3 kids. My oldest one is 10 years old. There was always 15 or 20 pounds, that you gain during your pregnancy. I could never get rid of it. I'm like, okay, no matter how much I run, no matter how much I walk, or no matter how much I work physically, those 15 pounds just kept sticking. Started drinking the OGX and started doing an exercise program and actually dropped 17 inches and 20 pounds, and feeling absolutely amazing. With the organo lifestyle, you can save money, have more energy, lose weight, build muscle, have better performance, and have better digestion. Both of my daughters and my niece they do gymnastics. And I watch them as they drink an energy drink, before going to gymnastics, and I'm drinking a shake when they get home, and post workout, they have their protein shake. And it's amazing to just see those girls, their muscles are toned, and they have the energy to go out there and work. They're practicing 9 to 12 hours a week, and coming home and still have more energy to continue to work at home and jump around and play at home, excuse me. But here's some weight loss testimonies. 37 pounds lost, 55 pounds lost, 63 pounds lost, 70. I met a lady out in Minnesota a couple weeks ago at the training that has lost over 100 pounds. She doesn't even look like the same lady. She looks incredible, feels amazing, and is fired up about sharing this testimony. Miss Jolene over here, same thing, 80 pounds lost, is looking absolutely incredible, 53 pounds down. Are you prepared? A study has predicted that by 2020, 40% of American workers would be independent contractors. I had a gentleman over here a couple weeks ago, and I sat and we did a one-on-one, and he is a salesman for a roofing company, and he was sitting here, and I shared this with him, and he's like, I can totally see how the economy is shifting, where people just want to be independent contractors versus employees because of the way the economy is going and the way things are going in the job industry. And I'm like, yeah, sadly, not everybody gets that. But this right here, work and life balance. I've told you I'm a stay-at-home mom. When I started with Organo, I had 2 little girls. I now have a little boy. And this right here is what keeps me with Organo, is because I can be at home with them, but I can also go out and work. And they understand the balance, and they understand, okay, Mama's home with us all day. She just needs a couple hours in the evening, to go out and share something that is bettering our life, that is making this our life, it is growing our life to be better for us. And absolutely, it's amazing to see them understand that it's the flexibility of being at home and having an income. The opportunity right here, we've gone through most of this already, the internet, home-based business, health and wellness, and coffee. Right here, the internet. If you pay attention to all the little businesses and big businesses around, all around us that are closing down because of the internet, because of Amazon, because of all the online shopping that people do now. It's all click and ship, even groceries. You can just go online, set up everything that you need, everything that you have, and somebody will deliver it to your home. And that's why Organo is open in over 40 different countries all over the world. And by the click of a button, we can operate in every single country. that they're open from the comfort of our own home. It says 30 different countries, I guess. Right here, this slide right here is the visionary and experienced leadership of Organo. This is what keeps Organo together. There's an incredible gentleman out there by the name of John C. Maxwell, and he says everything rises and falls on leadership. I believe the reason Organo is where it is today and is where it is going in the next 10 to 20 years is because of these three gentlemen right here. Visionary, our CEO and founder, Mr. Bernie Chua is the one that came up with infusing a health component into something that people do every single day. People get up, they don't even think about it. The coffee is already brewing in their coffee maker, or their coffee pot is getting hot because they have Organo to put in, right? But they don't even think about it. Every single morning they get up and one of the very first things that they do is drink a cup of coffee. And this gentleman right here came up with the idea of infusing a health component, something that we all need because it has over 400 antioxidants and nutrients in it, but you cannot see it, you cannot taste it, and you cannot smell it. You can feel it because it gives you an incredible, incredible energy, an incredible sense of being and focus. But how amazing. I love what Casey Martin says. She always says that, you know, that putting the Ganoderma into the coffee is such a great idea that if it just wouldn't exist, we should invent it, you know, and it's absolutely brilliant. But but Mr. Bernie Chua knew that in order to get his vision out, to bring this treasure to the masses of people, that he had to bring on two incredible businessmen. And he brought on Mr. Shane Moran, who is our global master distributor. This gentleman has sold more healthy coffee than anybody else. He sells it by the pallet loads. He's the one that actually goes to the different countries and opens up and works with all the different governments for us. And Mr. Holton Boggs, our Chief Visionary Officer, this gentleman is paving the way and is showing us all that, you know, it's possible. If we have a dream big enough, and if we put in the work and we put in the effort, that life and our dreams can happen, can come true. And I love that he's out there in the field and he's paving the way and showing us that true leadership leads the way. They lead by example. We had the incredible opportunity to be over in Minneapolis, Minnesota a couple weekends ago for a training. And it was amazing to just see the unity and the loyalty and the edification that's between these three gentlemen. And I am incredibly grateful and honored to be a part of this company. OG Mission right here, these are our strategic collaborations and partnerships with the Napoleon Hill Foundation and OG Cares for a positive change for the world youth and future generations. The Think and Grow Rich Foundation has never happened. Organo was the first collaboration that the Think and Grow Rich Foundation and Napoleon Hill Foundation did, and this just proves that, you know, Organo is who we say we are. We're not going anywhere. This just proves that the loyalty and the unity and the edification is there within our leadership. That is probably one of the selling points that actually, I don't want to say locked in or convinced or anything, but that made us realize that Organo is who they say they are, and they're going to do what they say they do, and they've gone above and beyond the past 6 years of everything that they have said. To start earning money today. I'm almost done. When I get to this slide, I get super excited because when I got started in this business, I was looking for $500 a month. I made my first $500 at my first meeting, signed up 2 goal packs within the first 5 days in the business. And I was like, okay, what is this and what did I get into? It's been an incredible adventure ever since then. 6.5 years later, here we are. My husband and I were Emerald consultants in this business, and has paid us above and beyond what we ever even expected. And what I say by that is because we had never heard of network marketing before, we didn't know what to expect. You know, we had never heard of the industry. We had never heard of team building. We had never heard of the leadership and going out there and building a team of residual income. But the different ways that we can get paid is daily retail sales. I used to be very scared of this because I didn't want to be the person that goes door to door to sell product. didn't want to be, no offense, but a Schwann salesman or Kirby or whatever it is out there. I didn't want to be one of those people. But what I realized is this is actually one of the most important ways that we get paid in Organo, because you don't have to go door to door to sell it. You can just share a couple samples with people and then ask them to buy. Or you can set up a booth and sell it by the cup, which my husband and I, we do all summer long, and we sell 1 cup of coffee for $3, $4, $5, depending on which town we're in, or, but every single day, and you get to keep all of the profits. Profits being key word here. You buy wholesale, you sell retail, and you keep the profits. The second way that we get paid in Organo is our fast track bonus. I know you guys I can't hear you when you talk, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Have you ever referred a restaurant or a movie or a barber or anything? Have you ever referred anything? And has that actually ever paid you? Right here, this is what I call our referral money. If you refer somebody into the business, you show them the business presentation, you show them the product packs that we have, and if they buy one of our packs, Organo will pay you up to $130 for every single product pack that you buy, that you sell to people and that you refer. The third way that we get paid is the power of a dual team. This is where dual team work comes in. You go out and you find the people that that drink coffee, tea, hot chocolate, that want to make an extra $500 or $1,500 or $5,000 a month. Find somebody, because I know in this call we have people that, that there's 4 different types of people that'll say no to the product and no to the opportunity. People that'll say yes to the product and no to the opportunity, or people that'll say yes to the product and yes to the opportunity. And then you have the people that say yes to both, and they're excited and fired up, and they signed up GoldPack and they go build, right? But find the people, make a list of people that that drink coffee or tea at least occasionally, and make a list of people that that could use an extra $500 a month. By the way, the neighbor next door that you think has it all made probably needs the extra $500 a month. You never know. Don't judge. The very first person that we sponsored into the business is Mr. Dwayne and Anna Kleinsasser. And they were very successful. They are a very successful couple. Diamonds in the business right now. But when we introduced them to this business, they had a flooring business. They had over 20 employees, or over 17 employees for 20 some years. Were generating millions of dollars every single year in their flooring business. When we introduced them to Organo, I thought they were just going to be our coffee consumers. They were going to be the ones, that are going to drink the product, and I didn't expect them to do the business. What happened was the stories. The stories were created in their household and in their families, and they started to believe, and they gave their entire gold pack away in the first couple weeks and had to reorder product. But the stories kept coming back, and the stories kept coming back, and right now they're diamond consultants in our business, doing amazing work all over the U.S., traveling and changing lives and sharing the story of Organo and making a difference. So we've teamed up with incredible leaders. Again, the Nielsen family and Mr. Rod Smith and the Kleinsassers teamed up with them. And so what I'm saying here is find somebody, put them on your left and put them on your right, but find a person that you think won't. Don't judge. Don't prejudge anybody. Introduce it to every single person that you meet or that that knows your name. Put one on your left, one on your right, and start getting paid. The next month, you teach them to do the exact same thing. Teach those people to go out there and find their 2, put them on the left and one on the right, and you do that 12 months. If you look at the income, Organo will pay you 10, 15, or 20% of the volume that generates in your business. What would you rather want? If you're going to do the work anyway, you might as well get paid 20%, right? The dual team bonus, this shows you that you can make up $500 up to $20,000 in the dual team bonus. You can actually make up to $75,000 a week with our dual team bonus. It's not on there because most people don't even believe the $20,000 a week that's on here. But I like to point out, you can also make 0, because if you sign up for this business, You get a pack and you go home and watch your favorite soap opera or your favorite show on the couch, you'll make $0. However, if you go out there and you work and you put in the effort and you share with the person next door, you share with your friend that's sitting next to you, all you have to do is give them a cup of amazingly gourmet coffee and let the coffee do the heavy lifting, because we all know that it tastes amazing. More ways to get paid. This is our residual income, my favorite slide. When I first heard of residual, I had no idea what it meant. I'm like, I have no clue what residual income is. Will somebody explain it to me? And the best way that they could have explained it to me is if anybody has TV, direct TV or whatever it is, TV in your house, how many times did they come hook it up? Once, right? How many times do you pay the bill? Hopefully every single month, right? Or it'll get shut off. But that was the best form of residual income I could think of until I got introduced to Organo. Now I want you to think of having 20 or even 3,500 or 5,000 or 15,000 addicted coffee drinkers in your business drinking the coffee every single day, using the toothpaste, using the soap every single day, using our protein shakes, the energy drinks, the detox. I could keep going and going. But think about that. That is the best form of residual income that I can think of. I have a customer out in South Dakota that I met as a stranger right when we started, so about 6 years ago, and met him as a stranger. He left as a friend. He bought $200 product at that time, did incredible things, but then decided he wants to become a customer. And he's been buying product $400 a month every single month since then. That's what we want. That's what you want to create. You just make sure that you're not in the coffee secret service, that you go out and you share the information. Organo pays you uni-level bonus matching. They're all based off of a residual income. OG lifestyle bonus right here. As a sapphire above, when you become a leader, when you become a sapphire in the business, Organo will pay you $400 a month to spend any way you want. This used to be our car bonus when it used to be our Mercedes-Benz car bonus, and now it's a lifestyle bonus. You can go out and you can spend it on whatever you want, whatever you desire, whether it's your kids' baseball or soccer or gymnastics, or if it's a new purse or a new pair of shoes, or if it's a new watch, or if it's a car. Buy a new car, let that be your payment, let that make your payment every single month. It'll pay you, Organo will pay you up to $3,000 a month in our lifestyle bonus alone, which I think is absolutely amazing. How to get started? For $50, actually, I have some great news for you today, because this right now is actually free. When you start at a bronze, silver, or gold pack, the distributor kit is free. So you have a $50 credit right there. Our bronze pack right here is 10% up to $500 a week. It costs $250, but you get $250 worth of wholesale product. You get dollar for dollar product. It's 100% write-off. It costs you nothing to start this business because you just started your own business. It's 100% write-off. And you also get to start earning money. You get to share the product. So whether you want to start with a little bit of product, a little bit more product, or a whole lot of product, you want all of the products. Honestly, the gold pack is where my husband and I got started. But let's talk about the silver pack for a second. The silver pack is what pays you the 15% up to $1,500 a week. The silver pack is $450. Or right now we actually have our Back to Basics promotion pack going on. Yay! It's back, and I'm excited to announce that new distributors, for $499, you get to buy a Back to Basics pack, but you get $750 worth of wholesale product. You retail that at 100% profit. That's over $1,400 worth in profit that you get to put right back into your business. Buy more product. Spend a little bit of money on yourself if you want to. I recommend buying more product, but you spend $499. You get the silver status, the 15% up to $1,500 a week, but you get $750 worth of wholesale product. Amazing. our goal pack, which I think is the only way to go, but I know some people can't start there, so start somewhere. The goal pack is $1,250, and this is where I got started because I heard 20%. I didn't even know I was getting product. I'm like, if the company is willing to pay me 10, 15, or 20% for doing this, why would I settle for 10 and 15 if I can get 20% off of my efforts? So I started at the goal pack. Product showed up. We just gave it all away because we weren't coffee drinkers at the time. So we just gave everything away, and the stories that started coming in were absolutely amazing. But this right here will pay you 20% up to $2,500 a week. If you're serious about building this business, if you're serious about wanting to make a difference in your life, I recommend you start here. Whose life are you going to change today? Before I close out, I just want to announce a couple more things that we have going on with Organo. Of course, I have to mention our Gogetter Bonus that we have out there. When you start with this business and you generate, you sign up 6 personally sponsored people or generate over $5,000 in volume in 30 days, Organo will pay you an extra $500 for generating $5,000 in volume. We also have our cruise qualifications. I know there's some distributors on the line. We have guests on the line, but I know we have some distributors on the line that think it's too late. I want to talk to you for just a second. New people, old people, wherever, however, wherever you're from, it's not too late. It's June 26th today. Last year, I just want to share a quick story. Last year, June 24th, we had Miss Tammy Olson and Mr. Jason Olson join our business. They started June 24th. I think it was almost midnight, and you had until July 31st to qualify to go to Mexico for an all-inclusive resort. And she's like, well, that sounds nice, but I don't think I can do it. I'm like, of course you can. You have a whole month to qualify. And she's like, okay, we'll do it. Guess what? They qualified in, it was probably 40 some days they qualified for the cruise. So it's not too late. If you're just getting in tonight, you can still qualify for the cruise coming up in October. It is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be out of this world. You're going to get to spend time with the leaders, with our 3 amigos, and get to know and get to collect some stories and bring them back home and share them with the team. Don't come alone. Go out there, find somebody to hold hands with, to lock arms with, and go to work, because you can still do it. We still have a whole month left and a couple days here in June. I believe in each and every one of you, and I can't wait to see you on the cruise. I'm going to leave you with a question: whose life will you change today? Because the information that you heard this evening might not be about you. It might be about who you're going to introduce it to. I can't help but think when I hear all the stories coming in from all our distributors and all of the customers that we have, and I hear the testimonies coming in about the health testimonies that come in and how it's changed their life. I have a very dear friend of ours here in town that has 2 little boys that are autistic, and her story was, she was always running. She never had downtime because the boys, when one of them would act up, the other one would act up, and it was always chaos. It was never calm. And she sent me a picture about 6 months after she started she had her boys on the mycelium and hot chocolate, I believe. But about 6 months into drinking the product, she sent me a picture of her feet up and just relaxing. And she had in the comments, she said, this might not mean a whole lot to you, but I don't remember the last time I was able to sit with my feet up and relax. And I thought to myself, what if I had said no to this opportunity 5 years ago? I've known her for 2 years now, or probably even longer than that. But I thought to myself, what if I had said no to this opportunity when I heard it? And that's just one of the stories. I mean, her boys are amazing. Right now, you don't hear them when you're around them. They can sit in church or in school, and they sit for hours, and they have full conversations, full sentences. So my question to you is, whose life are you going to change? Because it might not be about you right now. It might not be you in this moment. It might not even be about you tomorrow. But it could be about your next door neighbor. It could be about the stranger that you're going to meet in a parking lot at school. It could be about the volunteer firefighter. It could be about the person that's working so hard that everything hurts and they need somebody to interrupt their thought life, and they need somebody to introduce them to a gourmet, healthy cup of coffee. I'm saying that very lightly because I think Organo has very little to do with coffee and it's everything about people and who you get to meet and the lives that you get to impact. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Get back to the person that invited you on this call. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to spend it with me for the past 41 minutes. Remember, it's easy, it's simple, it's Organo.